Speaking of high-profile arm here, Will, there's been a lot of buzz about Roki Sasaki since he was posted. Where do you think the Mets' chances stand to land him? We know how the Dodgers and the Padres are considered favorites here, which isn't a surprise to anybody. But do you think the Mets are really in this with the infrastructure they've built on the pitching side?
I think that they've made themselves a pretty appealing destination or a possible destination, but I'll say I found it pretty amusing that when you compare what was said on the record today from David Stearns and Andrew Friedman of the Dodgers, where the Dodgers labeled it as this is a high priority for us, whereas David Stearns, when he was asked, he was like, "Yeah, we hope we kind of get a shot at this," and it was a little bit more understated as far as what he could mean for them and where their offseason is with him, that kind of thing. So I would say that they have a shot. I'm sure that they probably will get a meeting with him. I'm also sure that that probably will be held in LA at least to start things off with those sweepstakes for him, which aren't much of a financial sweepstakes, as you guys know, because it involves bonus pool money and not necessarily this big splashy free agent money. But they put themselves in a situation where they're respected from the point of view of Japanese pitchers because of the way they've handled Kodai Senga. And that's going to be important whether they get Sasaki or not, because there's going to always be, I feel like, Japanese pitchers coming through, and we see it now almost on a yearly basis, where there's at least one guy who comes over and he's a big-time free agent and everybody wants him. That's probably going to remain the same. So I think that the way that they've handled Senga, that word spreads. I've written this before. Word spreads around pretty quickly, and within that culture, it's really respected. And I think it's of high value, too, just the way that Jeremy Hefner has handled things with Senga, how they've handled him from a health component, and it goes a long way. So I will say that much. And I think that they also presented really well with Yamamoto last year. I know it's a sore spot for Mets fans. They don't want to hear about it, but they really did make a good showing of it. And I think that that's also, when you're talking about the same agency as well, that could matter. That's held in high regard.